Dianne Blick. I'm with Keller Williams Hometown Partners, Blick Homes, right here in Hutchinson, Kansas. And welcome to part of my Hyper-Local series. I absolutely love Hutchinson. I came back home about 16 years ago and just love our community, love Reno County. I love Kansas. I love exploring it. And for me, it's an honor and privilege to be able to bring to you some of my favorite local providers. And today I've invited Kitty Keazer with Details and Events, who has a store on Main Street.
We do,
And
yes.
we'll talk about your location and what you do. So thank you so much for making time.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. The name of the business is Details Event Planning and Rentals, and we're located at 6 South Main Street in the old Beardsley store. So we're right on Main Street, very easily accessible, easy to find.
Well, yes, you are, and there's always a parking spot right in front too.
There is.
I've noticed
always.
That. Yeah, almost always. You're right.
Always.
So, how long have you had your company? I know you've been doing this kind of service for a long time.
We have been doing this for a long time. It started off very part-time, parties for my daughter, for her friends, that kind of thing. And then it got to be other people asked me to do it, and I was like, we should probably charge for this. So for a long time, we did it part-time. And about six and a half years ago, we decided we need a storefront. So we rented teeny tiny little building behind Tesori's, about the size of a living room. But it was a nice place that we could do displays, that we could meet with clients. They weren't in the home, that type of thing. And it also gave us a little bit more professional look to it.
Well, you guys didn't need to add a storefront to be professionals, but
well, thank you.
I understand the office, yes.
Yes, definitely.
And so, well, like from small to large, your scope of services that you provide for events and parties is huge. I mean, I know this morning you delivered some tables for two for Valentine's.
We did. We do everything from romantic tables for two to the chamber annual dinner for 1,000. And we can do as much or as little as you want in that event. We can rent you the items, you can set it up, or we can do your event start to finish, and you don't have to worry about anything. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
So from the invitations to washing the dishes.
We've washed a lot of dishes. We have definitely washed a lot of dishes. But it really does depend on what you want. Some clients, I had a bride one time who just said, I want to walk in, enjoy my reception, and walk out. And she was very surprised when it was time for her to leave. And I said, okay, these are your boxes. This is what you have to take with you. And she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think that we would do all that. And I was like, that's what you asked for. You walked in, you walked out. So we can do as much or as little as you want, and it's all priced accordingly.
Well, we just talked about romantic dinner for two because we're filming this on Valentine's weekend.
We are.
But we're also not releasing it until the middle of March just because of our production schedule. And so you brought...
This is actually one of our tables for two. This is for St. Patrick's Day. We've got stemware. We can customize it as much as you want. We have beer steins, beer glasses, margarita glasses. We can do whatever it is that you want. Always comes with a centerpiece, and then you get a little cake stand for your fancy little dessert or whatever. It was originally designed for men to look good, as in everything comes in a box, you have it, you set it up, all you have to do is add the food.
You know what though? Okay, so I get it that it was originally for men to look good, but in today's busy environment, especially with working moms, homeschooling moms, it's a crazy world we're living in.
It is absolutely crazy.
You could make me really look good if you brought this to my house.
Well, we can do that. And we will set it up for you. I've had several men when I got there decide to say, I really don't know how this goes. So it's like, sure, we'll help you out. We'll get this figured out. And I'll be absolutely honest, lots of people don't know how to set a, quote, proper table because we just don't do it a lot anymore.
No. I think they might have finished with home ec the year I went through 8th grade or something. We don't do that.
We don't, but that's one thing that we do is we can make you look great. We can have all the glasses in the right order. I explained that to a gentleman once and he was like, why do they have an order? well, that's just the way it is. But we'll make you look good. We'll get them in the right order for you.
Well, you certainly do. These are beautiful. I love these
you.
chargers and the beautiful white. It's gorgeous. And the silverware is beautiful too. Is this real?
It is real.
Really? Wow.
I'm allergic to plastic. We don't do plastic unless
Yeah,
we
this
have to.
is like, this is real.
Definitely.
This is beautiful.
Well, it being plastic, bringing up plastic, is we try very, very hard to use everything that is earth friendly. One of the reasons we have dishes and things that we rewash so that we're not just wasting plastic. We have a huge selection of fabric napkins. Thousands of them, don't tell my husband. But we have, it's not a fan of it.
I know, it's an investment, honey.
It is, it's an investment. But quite honestly, we own 1,000 white napkins. We own, 1,000 black napkins. It just depends on not so much on the greens and other colors, but things like that. But we will get you exactly what you need for your event.
This I've seen you do. This is amazing. So events, tell me one or two of your favorite venues in our community to hold events.
One of my most favorite venues is the Crystal Ballroom. Everything is absolutely elegant, and of course the crystal chandeliers. But more importantly than that, they have an amazing staff that works with you, that helps. One of the things about doing events is we have our own little community where I work with other vendors, and it's not just me, it's vendors in the industry, but we work with each other because if I don't look good, they don't look good. So we want to make sure that everybody looks good. So
aren't you doing a little wine tasting thing or something, and photography thing?
We are. We actually, during this pandemic, we're trying to find a way to make things seem a little more relevant. Keep our name out there, of course, and we have a little segment called Cocktails with Kitty and the Locals. So every month or holiday that comes up, we have a unique, different cocktail, and then we work with other businesses to make sure that lots of small businesses are represented.
That's wonderful.
This last time we had Absolutely Flowers, Egbert Liquor, Gail Wall Photography does all of our photography and then does the media, puts the little commercial together, if you will. This time we even had Jackson's Meat that they carry strawberry milk. And that was part of our
They
drink.
do have strawberry milk.
Yes, they do.
And chocolate milk.
Yes, and they also have ice cream starters, which are amazing.
Oh, yes, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So we try very hard. It's not always the same businesses every month, but it is always a small business, and we all work together so that we can have a really nice product out there.
Well, if you have a whiskey thing and you need a taster.
Okay. Crossing our fingers, in the very near future, we'll get to do this in person.
Please, yes.
Which was kind of the idea to start off with, but
Yeah.
pandemic said no.
Yes. But you're providing ways for people to celebrate at home with romantic dinners for two and doing other things. So you're really creative in stepping out of the box.
We definitely have tried to step out of the box. This year we did a couple Thanksgiving dinners. We did some Christmas dinners, just to add those extra special touches because everybody was at home. We wanted to look different. We wanted to look better. So we can help you with those.
So you have amazing organizational skills and communication. It's one of the things that I've always loved whenever we've had an opportunity to work together with something is your level of communication with people. What do you think is the best asset that you bring to your business?
I would have to say, honestly, it's something you don't see. It's logistics. It's making sure that this happens or that happens and everything happens on time, and people laugh when they look and I have a clipboard with a 5-page timeline. But it has everything on there. It tells me exactly that I've spoken, who I spoke to, when they're supposed to be there, what they're supposed to bring, so that I know when to start worrying or when to fix a problem before it starts. That's our biggest thing, is we try to plan everything out so that we anticipate issues that might occur and get them fixed. I always tell my brides, nobody knows what we did wrong, but we made it look like we had it planned.
Right?
So
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things we don't at events, we don't see you so much.
hopefully you don't see me at all.
Right, because that's because you're out fixing a problem, and because of your timeline, and because of your attention to details, the logistics behind the scenes. That's why everything rolls off so smoothly.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
You know, our last chamber dinner, I was so impressed
Oh, well,
with how smooth everything was. I mean, just the way everything is like clockwork.
Well, it takes a small army and working
does.
with your client, with the venue, with all of the vendors who bring items, all of that goes together. People always tell me, oh, you did a great event. Well, it wasn't just me. It was me and a small army. So,
Well, yeah, but you're commanding the army.
well, we try.
So what's your personal philosophy about, well, your business is kind of your life. It all runs together. It's kind of like mine.
Definitely.
I love what I do. It's my passion. If I can put somebody in a home, a new roof over their heads, and make it all go smoothly, that's what I love to do, and it does not feel like work to me. I have the sense that you feel like what you do is not work.
I agree completely. It really is one of those, I want to make sure that you feel good about the event. I want to make sure that everything goes smoothly. And if you're happy, then everyone's happy. Because one of the biggest things about an event is people will always remember how they felt when they attended your event, whether they were stressed or things weren't running on time, that type of thing. So we want to make sure that the host looks good.
Well, you certainly do that.
Thank you.
So what do you love most about our community?
The people, definitely. And just like our little adventure with the cocktails, there's a real sense of community. Every single person that I've contacted to work on that little project said yes. Everybody wanted to participate. The other businesses that have shared our video, everyone wants to make Hutchinson better. And it's really nice that all the small businesses are more than happy to get together and do that.
I love the Choose Hutch hashtag. I don't know.
yes.
I love to stick that on stuff because I've chosen Hutch.
Well, and
you choose to be here.
I chose Hutch clear back in 1984, and we haven't left. And so,
So if somebody wants to reach you to organize an event, small to big, or they need some help putting something together for a family, say we can't have Easter this year if we can't have Easter, and they wanted to have an Easter event or a St. Patrick's Day event.
definitely.
What should they do?
They can either reach out to me on Facebook. I'm not really good at the social media thing, but we definitely try. Something that, quite honestly, if I wasn't in this business, I would not be involved in social media, other than to keep track of the grandkids. But you can give us a call. You can stop by our shop. I'm there almost every day. Probably not on Saturdays, just because we hopefully are out on events.
Sure.
But we can do everything from what we call rent only, as in you can just rent the items and set them up yourself, to we will travel wherever and do your event start to finish and make you look good and get to enjoy your party.
Oh, well, I know you would make me look good if you were doing an event for me. And I appreciate you coming today and making this look wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we have this amazing kitchen in this listing that I have, and this
is gorgeous.
I know, this quartz countertop.
I know, it's lovely.
It has a baker's lift over there for a mix master that pops up.
Oh my goodness, that
I know.
would be awesome.
All the drawers are soft close, and they all have pull-outs, and the gas range. Yeah, this is a great kitchen for a cooker for entertaining. So thank you for adding some color and
You're very welcome.
spice
Glad
to it.
do it. Thanks for asking me.
Kitty Keazer, Details and Events on Main Street. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks for joining us.